Hurricane Shane Burgos takes on Mr. Finland Makwan Amirkhani this weekend at UFC 244, Masvidal versus Diaz. This is a great fight at featherweight. Featherweight is one of the best divisions in the UFC right now. I love featherweight. There's so many. You got Zabit, Yair, Steven still in the mix. Everyone's around. Korean Zombie, Ortega, Qatar. Obviously, I said Zabit, but Zabit again because it's that interesting. I love featherweight. This is a big division. Shane Burgos is going to win this fight, however. I like Makwan Amirkhani, okay? I think he's a very promising talent. I just don't think he's going to win this one. Shane Burgos is a bit of a different level of savage. Like, 12-1. He's lost by KO to Calvin Qatar, but it was really an early stoppage. If you remember that fight, it was at UFC 220. Boston, Miocic versus Ngannou. If you really remember that fight, he didn't even get TKO'd. He got dropped and rocked, and it was a sick combo that he got hit with by Qatar. And he just got back up, started running away, and then the ref stopped the fight. So, I wouldn't really count that as a KO loss. And he's beaten some good guys. Cub Swanson, it says split decision, but let's be real. He clearly beat Cub Swanson if you rewatch that fight, dominated him. And I look at Makwan Amirkhani's fights. Let's stop talking about Shane Burgos' fights, because he's kind of rose to the top very quickly. Talk about Makwan Amirkhani. Chris Fishgold, I don't really rate it as a win. He won a split decision over Jason Knight, which I think he actually lost because he got dropped like 3 or 4 times or twice in that fight. I can't remember how many times it was, but I remember him getting dropped a lot in that fight. I felt like he lost. He lost against Arnold Allen. No hard feelings. It was an earlier Arnold Allen as well, 2 years ago. He's a different beast now, but he lost to him. That's not bad. Split decision. Mike Wilkinson, I don't care. Mazio Fulen, have you heard of any of these guys? No. Andy Ogle. Like, what is... I don't know. I can't even, like... I feel like Shane Burgos wins this one. He doesn't get taken down. He's fought jiu-jitsu guys before that are arguably better than Makwan Amirkhani, if I remember. Who's a jiu-jitsu guy that Shane Burgos fought? I can't remember his name. I have no idea the jiu-jitsu. This is the guy. Thiago dos Santos El Silva. Team Nogueira. I believe he was a black belt. He was a beast, and he kept trying to take Shane Burgos down. Shane Burgos is having none of it. He doesn't get taken down. He's fought better opponents. When he ends up on the floor, he ends up pulling off submissions. Listen, how good is Shane Burgos' submission game if, while he's almost unconscious, if you remember the Kurt Hollabar fight, Hollabar hit him with a right hand, dropped him, flattened him out. He was KO'd for a split second, and he comes back and triangles Kurt Hollabar within split seconds. Was it a triangle or an armbar? It was an armbar. Okay, I was wrong. But his submission game is legit. I like Shane Burgos here. I think he's going to be too slick on the feet. I always worry. I like Makwan Amirkhani. I'm a big fan. I don't mind whoever wins this fight, to be honest with you, because whoever wins is going to be a big star. And they're going to be the next thing up at featherweight. But I feel like with Makwan Amirkhani, I don't know, man. When I see him on the feet against guys, like, he has to get this to the ground. And I don't see him being able to do that. And I don't see him being able to submit Shane Burgos either. So, I just can't see him winning. On the feet, he's okay on the feet. He throws some wild stuff. He's got a decent chin on him. He doesn't get KO'd, but he does get dropped now and again. And does get hurt sometimes. But I just worry for him on the feet. You know those guys, like, we just watched Maia versus Askren on Saturday. Like, a couple days ago. That was... You know when you watch stand-up in fights and you genuinely worry about what's going on because it's crazy. I worry for Makwan Amirkhani on the feet. Shane Burgos is too slick. He fights with his hands down as well by his side. Completely down by his side, so it's much harder to take him down because his hands are permanently in a position for double underhooks. So it's near impossible to take him down with his hands that low. And he just has no respect for people striking. He's got a good chin. He's fought some of the best. And he was... That Qatar fight, Qatar's a beast. Qatar's an absolute beast. And that Qatar fight wasn't one-sided by Qatar before the end. It was an early stoppage. Shane Burgos was landing his shots as well. It was back and forth. I like Shane Burgos here. I think he's going to get the job done. I think he might actually get the finish. I think he'll find the finish in the 3rd round. He takes his time, Shane Burgos, okay? As much as his name's the Hurricane, there's no chaos, okay? He's very patient, very measured. He stalks you down. He makes the reads. You see a lot of Shane Burgos' fights, He damages guys in the third round brutally when he figures them out. I just like the fight. Remember, he knocked out Charles Rosa in the third round as well by TKO. I just think that he's going to get this one done in the third round. Makwan Amirkhani, listen, I love Jason Knight, and as much as I love his wars with the GOAT Artem Lobov at bare knuckle, Jason Knight as an MMA fighter wasn't phenomenal. You know? And for Makwan Amirkhani to go to a split decision with him like he did and arguably lose. I mean, Jason Knight's a guy who lost 4 in a row in the UFC and left. He came in, he went 4-1 in his career, which was a good start, and he just lost the next 4 in a row. So, I don't know if I rate that win either, to be honest with you. I just don't like the record. It stinks to me. It really does. It smells of something. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to win. He has 1 KO. Shane Burgos is too much, man. I feel like after this fight, we could maybe see a Makwan Amirkhani versus... Who's a loser? Makwan Amirkhani versus Masad Bektik makes sense in this fight completely. I love that fight. Make it happen. If he loses. And if Shane Burgos wins, we'll see what happens. Josh Emmett needs an opponent. Josh Emmett versus Shane Burgos, January 15th. A card just got announced for that date. Let's make some fights happen. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Shane Burgos by TKO in round 3. He stalks him down, he picks him apart, and lands the shots necessary in the third round. Click that button there. Goodbye. I'm ill as fuck. I'm sorry, okay? I'm ill. I'm dying. But you know, I need to get money, so I'm posting shit.